Welcome, everyone, to the regular scheduled board meeting of the President and Board of Trustees of the Village of Tinley Park, Cook and Will County, held on Tuesday, November 1st, 2022, beginning at 6:46 PM. Everyone, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll first?
Trustee Brady?
Here.
Trustee Brennan?
Present.
Trustee Galante? Here. Trustee Mahoney?
Present.
Trustee Mueller?
Here.
Trustee Sullivan?
Here.
President Klotz?
Present. Thank you. First, we have item 1. I'd like to ask for a motion to consider approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you. Item number 2, I'd like to ask the board for a motion to consider approval of the minutes of the regular village board meeting held on October 18th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Give that to Dennis. Bill's a little slow. Any questions from the board?
Laura, I had just pointed out a issue before the meeting, so if you wouldn't mind getting that corrected. Other than that, no issues.
Okay. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Roll call for item 2. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Abstain.
Trus-
I wasn't.
Okay, should she have abstained during the cow?
She did not abstain during the cow, but yes.
Should she have abstained?
I watched the
Doesn't-
cow.
Okay. Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Next, we have Clerk O'Connor. Item number 3.
Receive presentations of the Tinley Park Business Spotlight Closet Collectibles. Closet Collectibles offers new and used toys, vintage toys, trading casts, die-cast toys, and much more. Please join me in welcoming Chris Plymert, owner of Closet Collectibles.
Hello, thank you for having me. 5 years ago in Crete, we'll be celebrating 5 years in March, opened our first store. And 1 year ago on October 23rd, we celebrated being in business in Tinley Park on Oak Park Avenue. We're located at 17236 Oak Park Avenue. We buy, sell, trade toys, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Hot Wheels, Barbies, you name it. This was always a dream of mine since I was a little kid. When I was 12 years old, I had a pretend store in my bedroom I took the doors off the closet, and that's kind of how it started. When I opened this, being in the collectible industry for all these years, what a lot of people they've lost focus. They focus more on the money. And although we cater to the higher-end collectors and stuff like that, we really focus on the kids. We're looking to make it more of a family environment. My staff is, they're told to take care of the kids. They're allowed to come in there, trade, barter with us, give us a hard time if they want. There's just not a lot of that left anymore, So we focus on that. We try to give a fair value when people bring their stuff in. And that's pretty much it. It's been fun. I mean, I feel very lucky. Not many people get to fulfill their dream, and I was able to do it. So, but that's pretty much all I have. I'd love you guys all to come visit us. Bring in anything if you want to get rid of it. Come in shopping, or we get a lot of people that just come and hang out. So they'll spend hours there just relaxing and reliving their childhood. But I thank you guys for having me, and I do have to say the village here was absolutely wonderful when I opened the place. So they walked me through, helped me with all the steps, and we're looking to be here for quite a while. But that's all I got.
You want to give your
Thank you.
hours?
We're open Wednesday through Sunday, 11 to 5.
Okay.
And then with the holiday season, we'll probably extend it a little bit.
Do you trade comic books or collect comic books as well?
We do not do comic books. There's another business in town. We don't want to really step on their toes, so.
Oh, okay.
But we stick with just the toys, and we do a lot of Pokemon. Like I said, Hot Wheels is one of our biggest seller. believe it or not, that's probably the timeless toy.
It's a-
My grandson.
If you guys haven't been in there, it's a pretty interesting place. Myself, my assistant Kristen, village manager Pat Card, deputy chief Tom Tilton, when we were doing the walkthroughs on Oak Park Avenue, we spent a lot of time in there, and you sure have a lot of stuff. It's pretty cool. It brought me back. You had, I think there was a $6 Million Man figurine. So, yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff in there. So if you guys haven't had a chance, you should. Just make sure you bring your credit card.
And our inventory changes pretty much daily. So we constantly have new things coming in. We do have some stuff that we buy retail from suppliers, you know, Hasbro, Mattel and stuff like that. That's not a lot of fun because we can't barter on that, but the collections we purchase, that's where we have a lot of fun. So you never know what's going to walk through the door.
It's great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
Next, we have item number 4. I'd like to ask the board to consider the following commission appointment for fiscal year 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. So for our advisory commission on labor and development, Tom McGrath, who was on this commission, had to step down because of his time commitment as being promoted to the new president of his union for Heat and Frost, Local 17, who's in Tinley Park. And he asked us to replace him with Jim McManus, who is also on his board with Heat and Frost Local 17. Any other questions? Madam Clerk, you call the roll, please.
Roll call for item 4, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. I'd like to, item number 5, I'd like to ask the board for a motion to consider the appointment of Lynn Fell to the position of police clerk matron.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Colleen. Lynn joined the Tinley Park Police Department at a part-time position in January and has demonstrated competent performance and shown that she is skilled in all phases of the job. Lynn is committed to organizational goals and displays a genuine interest in the police record division operations. She has over 15 years of retail experience providing exceptional customer service, administrative support, and maintaining strict confidentiality of sensitive records. Consider appointing Lynn Fell to the position of police clerk matron effective November 7th, 2022. Are there any questions from the board? Chief, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I just want to thank everybody. Since she's been here, she quickly grasped all aspects of the job and has done a great job for us, so we're happy to bring her on board full-time.
Thanks, Chief. Lynn, would you like to say a couple words?
I would, actually. Just want to say thank you for your time tonight, and also I truly am blessed and thankful that I work with amazing, dedicated people that are not only in the records department, but also the police department as a whole. I'm just truly thankful, really.
It's great. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
Do you want to say something too for Lynn? Okay, well, you spoke. We heard you. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll for item number 5?
Roll call for item 5, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Lynn, we will see you on the 7th.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Next, we will have item 6, and please let everyone, please let Bill Brady get in his motion or second. I'd like to ask the board for a motion to consider appointment of Zach Tater to position of maintenance technician, streets division.
I'd like to make that motion.
Thank you, Bill. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Dennis. Zach began working in Public Works field in the spring of 2021 and quickly gain valuable experience in operating a variety of heavy equipment, pothole, concrete repairs, and other related streets operational duties. Zach currently holds a Class B CDL license with air brake endorsements. I'd like to ask you guys to consider appointing Zach to the position of maintenance technician effective November 14th, 2022. Is there any questions from the board for Zach? Zach, is there anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, just real quick, I just like to thank the board and everyone at the village for giving me this opportunity. Really excited to work and learn as much as I can in a place like Tinley Park. Thank you.
Thanks, Zach.
Awesome, thank you.
Welcome.
We will see you on the 14th, and we will hold John Urbanski fully responsible for you. Madam Clerk, you call the roll, please.
Roll call for item 6, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. That motion carries. Zach, we'll see you on the 14th. Next, we have item number 7. I'd like to ask the board to consider appointment of Julio Ayala to the position of maintenance technician, Water Division.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Bill.
I'll second.
Thank you, Dennis. Julio has over 20 years of construction, plumbing, and maintenance experience, including 5 years in municipal public works. He has experience with the Water Division operations, including performing water main, storm sewer repairs, operating a variety of heavy equipment, snow plowing municipal streets, and currently holds a Class B CDL license with air brake endorsements. I'd like to ask you to consider appointing Julio to the position of maintenance technician effective November 14th, 2022. Bill or anyone from the board have anything to say?
No, I do not.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, or Julio, you're not here, are you? You are, oh, go ahead.
Just wanted to thank everybody for the opportunity, thank you, everybody going through the hiring process. I'm definitely excited to start with you guys, and it's gonna be a long, hopefully good future. I appreciate everything. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. We gotta get you to get that A license.
Oh, I'll try.
Mayor, I just want to confirm that this one, we are good on this for November 7th as the start date, if possible. I think it says 14th on the agenda. I just wanted to point it out.
Yeah, I'd like to ask everyone to approve as amended to November 7th for Julio. He would like to start a little earlier.
Vicious.
So you need a,
Yeah, ambitious, there we go. Need a motion?
Motion to amend.
yeah, so can I have a motion, please, to amend per Hannah's request to have his effective start date November 7th, 2022.
So
I'll
moved.
make the motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill.
Call the roll.
Madam Clerk, call the roll.
So this is motion to amend, roll?
Correct?
Yep.
Correct.
We were first.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Thank you. And then can we have a motion to approve the amended item for 7?
Roll call for item 7, trustee Brady?
Yes.
We need a motion in a second.
Oh.
So
Oh.
we'll approve it. We're approving the amended
Start date.
Motion.
start date. So we have, we amended it, now we have to approve it. So we need a first and a second,
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Thank you,
and
Bill.
then roll call to approve the amended item number 7.
Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you. We'll see you on the 7th.
Thank you. On time.
Does your son want to speak?
You wanna say something, Buck? No. Thank you.
Take care.
Be safe.
John's going to tell him that he's responsible for him. Next, we have item number 8. May I have a motion to consider approval of the following consent agenda items?
So moved.
Second?
Anyone from the board like any of these items removed from the consent agenda?
I'd like C moved.
I'm sorry?
I'd like to have C moved off of it. You're gonna be-
Okay. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll for the agenda, consent agenda items, except the item that was removed by trustee Galante to be voted on separately?
So this is roll call for item 8B. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee
Eight, no,
Bur-
eight.
Oh, eight,
For-
8A, B, and D, we're approving. So it's a motion to approve 8, B, and D.
It's
Whatever works for you.
consider approval of this on
Eight.
agenda item removed. So trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Okay, now we will discuss 8A.
We need, we should have a motion first on C.
A, B, and C.
Yeah, it's item C.
Item C, we need a motion
Yeah,
to,
but we're gonna discuss it first.
you can discuss it.
Yeah.
Normally,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So, Diane, did you want to add any discussion to
No.
item 8C?
No, I have nothing else.
Okay, I just have a quick question, because I'm pretty positive. Pat and Hannah, was this item included in our draft agenda that we receive on Wednesday? It was. So just to make it easier to board and Diane moving forward, we received this a week ago. It would make it easier without motions if you want an item removed from the consent agenda. If you could just ask the staff to, or the manager's office to remove it, we would just have it on a separate item. And then you could vote on it separately without removing it and having all these different motions. Just,
Unfortunately, if I don't read it in time, the last time I did that, I was told that was the wrong thing to do, that they had to work over the weekend, and so I didn't do that this time. Yes, that's what you told me, that Laura had to work over the weekend because I created a lot of work the last time I did that, and I let you know on a Friday, because she had to come in over the weekend, because there was a holiday. So this time I didn't do it, but I will try.
But it comes
next
out on
time
Wednesdays.
To try to do that and see how the outcome was.
it's-
I will try. Otherwise, I will do it in the meeting.
for the last 3.5 years that you've been
Whatever.
on the board, it's come out on on the first, or
I'll share that
the
with you.
Wednesdays before the board
I'll send
meetings.
that over.
It would make it easier on staff and everyone, if you have a question, and Pat's sent emails, to just ask him to remove it. It's no big deal, and we don't have to go through all these
Mayor, I
motions.
do the best I can.
So can I have a
I'm gonna
motion
vote on it
to
in-
vote on
in-
item 8, we'll just call it 8C?
We were first and a second to approve it.
Yeah.
So move.
Yep. Can I have a
No,
second? You can call the roll, please? Sorry, dance.
Okay. Trustee Brady?
Just have to read emails.
Wait,
It's
Motion to
free.
approve.
He voted no, correct?
Voted no to not remove it,
No.
No, now,
You
The vote to
voted no.
approve C.
to not approve C.
to approve, C.
To approve C.
May I
Okay.
change that then? I thought we were.
It's a motion to approve C. We have a first and a second. You can call the roll.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
No.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Okay, that motion carries.
Good.
Now we will move on after the motions. Item number 9. I'd like to ask the board for a motion to consider adopting ordinance 2022-0-084, decreasing the number of Class E liquor licenses that can be issued in the village and increase the number of Class EV liquor licenses that can be issued in the village for Fratello's at 7101 West 183rd Street.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Due to a change in ownership, a reduction in the number of permitted Class E liquor licenses, and an increase of Class EV liquor licenses is proposed for the Fratello's Cafe and Deli located at 7101 West 183rd Street. This ordinance is eligible for adoptions. Any questions from the board? Any questions from the public? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 9, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Item number 10, trustee Mahoney.
Thank you. Please consider adopting Resolution 2022-R-129, authorizing the village manager to negotiate with Orchard Hill Building Company for the acquisition of property along 179th Street for a booster station.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Go ahead, Dennis.
Thanks. The purchase of a lot from the undeveloped Gallagher and Henry subdivision allows for the installation of a booster station that will increase water pressure in an area where it is less than desirable. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting held prior to this meeting. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thanks, Dennis. Any questions from the board? Comments from the public? Madam Clerk, please call the roll for item number 10.
Roll call for item 10, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Item number 11, trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting ordinance 2022-0-082, amending Title 15, Chapter 155 of the Tinley Park Municipal Code, entitled Code pertaining to the adoption of the 2021 International Building Code, 2021 International Mechanical Code, 2018 International Energy Conservation Code, 2021 International Fire Code, and the 2021 International Fuel and Gas Code.
Is there a second for all those codes?
Yeah, I'll second it.
Thank you.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead.
Bill.
Go ahead, Mike.
Staff is requesting to amend ordinance 2016-0-055 to adopt updated international building codes. The last update to the village code occurred in April 22, which included the adoption of 2021 IRC, 2021 IPMC, and 2017 NEC. This item was discussed at the October 18th, 2022 Committee of the Whole meeting and is eligible for adoption tonight.
Thank you.
And I did well on the Roman numerals.
You did. Good job.
Turtlediary.com. It's fantastic.
Any,
I knew that.
any questions from the board for Mr. Coleman on all his codes?
Nope. Thanks for bringing this to us, Mike.
Yeah, well done, Mike.
Thank you. Any questions from the public? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 11, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 12, trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting ordinance 2022-0-083, rescinding ordinance numbers 2020-0-051, 2020-0-052, and 2020-0-053, the Fox College parking expansion.
Is there a second, Bill?
Second.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mike.
The subject ordinances were approved on September 15, 2020, and are proposed to be rescinded. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting just prior to this meeting and is eligible for adoption tonight.
Thank you, Mike. Any questions from the board? Comments from the public? Madam Clerk, please call the roll for item 12.
Roll call for item 12, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item 13, trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting resolution 2022-R-131, approving the First Amendment to the annexation agreement, Top Hospitality LLC at 9599 94th Avenue, which was formerly 18300 96th Avenue, now White Eagle Drive. It's for the Marriott Residence Inn and Courtyard.
Is there a second?
No second.
Thanks, Colleen. Go ahead, Mike.
The petitioner is constructing 2 Marriott-branded hotels that were approved for annexation and zoning in August. They are requesting an amendment to file for required utility recapture to be paid over 5 years with a 5% interest rate, instead of fully paying prior to the work starting. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting held prior to this meeting and is eligible for adoption tonight.
Thank you, Mike. Any questions from the board on item 13? Any comments from the public? Madam Clerk, please call the roll for item 13.
Roll call for item 13, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Thank you. That motion carries. Next, we have item 14, trustee Sullivan.
Consider adopting ordinance 2022-0-086, amending Title 11, Chapter 110, Section 25 of the Village of Tinley Park Code of Ordinances, certain fees based on square foot area, fee schedule, business license regulations.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Go ahead, Colleen.
This ordinance will amend the business license fees schedule. The village is doing this in order to keep up with the administrative costs tied to new and current businesses applying for their business license during the annual renewal process. Based on research of the current practices by other communities, amended fee rates are recommended. This ordinance is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Any questions from the board?
Just one comment.
Yes, sir.
I just want to thank Hannah and the staff for making those changes that we requested at the COW a couple weeks ago, so appreciate it. I saw those all go in, so looks really good.
Great work on Ann. She did most of the heavy lifting for this, so kudos to Ann. Anyone else? Anyone from the public care to comment? Madam Clerk, please call the roll for item 14.
Roll call for item 14, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 15. Trustee Brady.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Consider adopting Resolution 2022-R-132, approving renewal of an insurance policy with the Illinois Municipal League Risk Management.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
This resolution authorizes renewal of the village liability insurance policy for the calendar year of 2023 with the Illinois Municipal League Risk Management Association. Note, if the village pays the renewal prior to November 18th, there will be a 1% saving, bringing the renewal cost down to $984,552.38. This item was discussed at the committee of the whole prior to this meeting. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Any questions from the board? Any questions from the public? Madam Clerk, please call the roll, item 15.
Roll call for item 15, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Item 16,
Back to the
trustee
board.
Brady.
Thank you. Consider adopting Resolution 2022-R-133, authorizing a settlement of workers' compensation in the case of Roger Davidson.
Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Is there
Second.
thank you.
Thank you,
Go
gentlemen.
ahead, Bill.
The resolution authorizes a settlement of a workers' compensation claim for Roger Davidson in the amount of $161,270.05. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
I just want to comment and thank Officer Davidson for his service to Tinley Park. Anyone from the board have?
No, I'll just echo what you said. Thanks for all he's given to the village of Tinley and appreciate all of his service.
Thank you, Bill. Anyone from the public care to comment? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 16, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have item 17, trustee Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to consider adopting Resolution 2022-R-134, authorizing a purchase agreement with McQueen Emergency LLC for fire department apparatus replacement.
Is there a second?
Second.
Go ahead, Bill.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Colleen. Delivery times for purchase of fire apparatus has increased from 10 months to more than 32 months. This agreement provides the opportunity to place an order for one engine and one ladder truck now and avoid a price increase over the next 32 to 38 months. Payment is not required for this order until the units are delivered. The pricing summary for these units are as follows. The Enforcer pumper, $972,238. The Enforcer 100-foot aerial ladder, $1,658,738, with a multi-unit discount purchase of $10,000, bringing our total to $2,630,976. Both units have been pre-bid by the Houston Galveston Area Council Consortium pricing. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Bill. Any questions from the board? Any comments from the public? Madam Clerk, you please call the roll for item 17?
Roll call for item 17, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item 18, receive comments from staff. Any comments over here from the left table? From the right?
I'd just like to thank all the children and all the schools in Tinley Park for participating in the annual poster contest. We had the awards banquet, and part of the winnings for the children that won is a free fire truck ride, which we gave our first free fire truck ride yesterday to one of the schools. So it was well taken. I think it was actually posted on Facebook, and it was a pretty good following on that. So I'd just like to thank everybody that participated in there.
Thank you. Go ahead, Donna.
I would like to just share that Tinley Park recently was voted the best place to live in the 2022 Southland York Times Southland Best Readers Poll. So this was voted on by residents throughout the Southland in June and July of this year. Tinley Park also took second place in the Best Downtown category, and our mayor took second place for Best Mayor, which is actually impressive considering you were recognized after being in office just over a year. So there were about 30 other businesses that received categories, so Tinley Park showed up very well on this, and that's very exciting. I'd also like to share with our holiday events all the things that we have coming up now that the calendar is turned over to November 1st. Just to give you a quick rundown of the many fun things that we have this year, Amaze Light Festival is going to start at the 17th of this month. They'll be open 5 days a week through December 14th, and then continuing 7 days a week through January 8th. They're setting up over by Odyssey Fun World. They'll be open daily 4 till 10 p.m., and they're going to have light displays, a giant holiday environment, food and beverage vendors, the Arctic Express train ride, live performances, toy store, all kinds of exciting things. So this is going to be a really neat regional draw for Tinley Park, and we're pretty excited to have it in town. Tickets are available at amazelightfestival.com if anybody is interested. And then we are also going to have the Trans Infinity Orchestra is going to perform a holiday concert for us on Friday, December 9th from 7 till 10 p.m. at the Convention Center. And this show is going to feature the music of the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, which tells the story of Christmas through music. It's got an interactive light show, lots of neat things there too. So tickets are only $15 each. It's general admission, and they are available on Eventbrite. Then also we have our holiday happenings coming up, which we have been having now for over 15 years. Super excited about that. It's December 2nd through 4th. That weekend's going to kick off with our tree lighting ceremony at 6 p.m. on the 2nd. And then Saturday morning, Santa Claus makes his official entrance into Tinley Park with the Toyland Parade, with toys donated to local children, or children in need, I should say. And this year, we're going to start off at Bettenhausen Automotive at 11:30 a.m. on that Saturday morning, and it's going to proceed north on Oak Park Avenue. And then Santa will be available for complimentary photos as he has been in the past. However, he's going to be in the tent this year. So the holiday market's going to go that Saturday and Sunday from noon till 5 p.m. And we have 24 artisans who are planning on being there. This year, we're adding a couple of, in addition to the 4 food and liquor vendors that'll be inside the tent, we're going to have a couple of food trucks too. So a new twist on some things there. So excited about that. That weekend, we wrap up with our Parade of Lights, which we do with the Chamber of Commerce. And then for a real good Instagrammable opportunity, we're going to expand our holiday walk in downtown Tinley. That's going to start right around Thanksgiving and go through the new year. So we've got, if you recall, last year we had some of those beautiful lighted displays with our 35-foot Christmas tree, the walk-through ornament. We've enhanced our fountain illumination this year. We've got a giant life-size frame for people who want to take pictures, a life-size Santa sleigh by the reindeers, as well as a new twist on holiday decorating. Our bench artists are decorating 12 wooden trees that are going to be also illuminated in the area down there. So kind of a new thing to add as well. So we're looking forward to a really exciting holiday season this year.
Lots.
Sounds like a lot of exciting things going on.
Donna's
Mark
time to
your
shine.
social calendar. You've been busy.
Your microphone was off. Can you say that again? We're gonna have to come up with the Framke spotlight. Thanks, Donna.
Yeah, right.
I'm assuming you're done.
That's impressive.
Dan, do you want to follow that or no?
I'm good. I was gonna say something about the APA training, but that sounds boring now. So.
You sure?
Yes, that
Go ahead.
On Thursday, we have an APA Plan Commission training, so mark your social calendars for that.
Sounds great. Thanks, Dan.
That was awesome.
Okay, next we have item 19, receive comments from the board. Does anyone from the board care to comment?
I'll just make a quick comment. Kudos to you and your staff again, Donna, on the Boo Bash. You drew up the weather perfectly, so there was a very good turnout, and kudos to all the participating departments. So well done.
Did you get lots of candy, Bill?
You know me.
Okay.
Got a cavity.
Diane?
Yes, so I wanted to read into the record of this open meeting a letter. This letter, I did FOIA. I'm still waiting. I'm on, I didn't receive anything additional from Tinley Park, but I'm waiting on the Cook County State's Attorney's Office to reply to me. So this letter came on April 6th. I didn't know anything that took place. Nobody discussed anything with me. Nobody asked me any of my side of this, but this letter's to Mr. Carr, and it's saying, along with the members of our investigation bureau, we have received your letter dated January 20th, 2022, regarding possible misconduct of an elected official. Within the letter, it contained the findings of your independent counsel of Pat Walsh. I have also reviewed all the exhibits provided. Additionally, I discussed with you and Mayor Glatz and the village attorney on February 2nd, 2022. Yep, I tried to FOIA that meeting, but I didn't get anything back. Having reviewed your letter, supplemental exhibits, and findings of the independent counsel and discussed with the village officials, I have determined that there is insufficient evidence to proceed with a criminal prosecution. I have if you have any questions, David Williams here, the assistant state's attorney, and I'm trying to understand when the board voted for criminal charges to be pressed against me. I did send emails to the village board, to the village management, asking if they can supply me with what was sent to have criminal charges pressed on me. I have done nothing criminal, and we know I have not done nothing criminal. We spent $12,000 that I've found so far with our village attorney for him to work on this. I did try to FOIA to try to understand what you guys sent, what was with it. This is what I got, bunch of blank pages. Nobody, I guess I'm, as elected official, it's not part of anything I should get to know. I also am gonna start, I did respond to the clerk who made some comments when we were running for election. I spoke up, and we're very well aware what took place. We are all in the same group chat. And I tried to respond to her comments that are on the village, and I typed a message on the village site and said, I sent an email to the clerk, giving her my response because she asked me to, and it was deleted twice by staff. And I did send an email to the village management asking why am I not allowed to defend myself? I wasn't allowed to speak to Mr. Janisic because for some reason the attorney and the mayor told me I wasn't allowed to respond to him. Yet I watched last week's meeting, and you guys were all responding to the people up here. So what is it? Is it only I don't get to respond? At certain times, you guys watch what you do? Last meeting, I just watched it. I wasn't here, I was on vacation, which I did, let you guys know. Why are you guys responding to the commenters during public comment? If I was told I couldn't respond to Mr. Janisic, I want to make sure people understand the truth of what he's saying. Didn't file anything against a citizen, and Mr. Janisic is a political member of a political team. I was part of the team, I left that team. He is lying about things at this mic about me as a citizen, and multiple people on this board know it as that. We cannot knowingly put us in lawsuits. I will not have to continue to spend my life defending myself against these lies. I will not. I wouldn't be treated differently. I'm being treated completely different than other people's on this dais. Nobody gets on them for doing the exact same thing I do. And I want to know why. I want to know why that's going on. I've written letters because I want to understand, again, the attorney told me that I am not allowed to go into closed session meetings because I have some kind of benefit coming from Steve Eberhard. I have nothing coming from Steve Eberhard. I filled out an affidavit. I was with village attorney, village manager, and the mayor at the time. I went and complained about my issues. I was being belittled in executive sessions. They're bringing up issues of Menards when I'm trying to talk about items in executive session, telling me I need to go back to Menards. Things that continue to get spoken about my family that is lies. For some reason, you want to make the community believe that I am stealing, and for some reason, you've posted that I tried to stop the cruise night on social media. I've been told that you're telling people I'm trying to get money out of people. I don't have any donations. I've never asked for a dime out of anybody in this village, and I wouldn't do that. I think it's inappropriate. I think we should probably put some our own legislation, new policy that you can't give donations.
Your time
between
is up,
people.
Diane. Anyone else?
And the fact that I
Thank
don't
you.
know.
Anyone else
Sorry, Pat.
from the board care to follow that diatribe?
Pardon?
I'm just gonna add something.
Go ahead.
to the veterans. It had nothing to do with that, but just my own comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
I thank you, Donna, for all the list of wonderful events coming up. I look forward to this time of year. I walked through the Boo Bash. It was a great turnout. It was a beautiful day, too. I just want to add one more event that is coming up, and that is the Village of Tinley Park and the Tinley Park Veterans Commission will host the annual Veterans Day ceremony at 10 a.m. Friday, November 11th at General Patrick E. Ray Veterans Plaza, which sits adjacent to the south entrance of the 80th Avenue Metro train station, to honor the men and women who have served the U.S. and with patriotic music, short speeches, a gun salute, and more. The entire ceremony will also be live streamed on the Village Facebook page for those that were unable to attend.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'd like to, we were given this information. I'd like to wish Pauline Cotrano, who officially became a centenarian on October 28th, a very happy birthday. The board and I sent her a card that we all signed, and I understand that many members of the community drove by her home on her special day to join in the celebration. So best wishes to Pauline on turning 100 years old. Quite remarkable.
Thank you. We just posted it on the patch today as well.
I just saw the article too.
Excellent. I'd like to address what Trustee Galante stated. She said she sent me information that I asked her for it was 2 meetings ago. So what she sent me was some altered screenshots that were changed. I was provided with the real DMs that I sent to her. I still haven't gotten a response about that. She also sent a screenshot of a picture of Mr. Eberhard from Jacob Vandenberg's fundraiser in 2017 and stated that the mayor had illegally videoed him. That was a member of the community, and that was shared all over Facebook 6 years ago, 5 years ago, whenever it was. No one illegally took a video. I'll be honest, I have no idea what she was talking about with that. However, she asked for information from me, and I sent her an email back. I responded, and in great detail asked her exactly what she was looking for. Probably asked her 25, 30 questions. I have yet to receive a response from her. If she needs clarification on something, I'm more than happy to provide it, but I need her to clarify exactly what she's looking for. You mentioned something about a FOIA that you put in and never got a response. If you could send that to me, I'd like to be able to respond to it.
It's on the,
I'm-
if you did
She's
respond.
talking.
I'm looking at Laura, and we're communicating, saying we never received any FOIA.
What's on the website?
Diane,
I
please
know
stop
you-
interrupting.
You talk about how people bring up your family. Literally, no one on this board ever mentions anyone in your family. You talk about that people are lying. You need to stop. No one mentions your family, ever, ever. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say anything from this board, except for you. You're the one who continually, meeting after meeting after meeting, brings them up, not us. It's not us, it's you. And whether you're wanting to climb on your soapbox and look for sympathy, you're the one who's bringing it up. None of us are. I really don't get it. I want to go back to, however, you speaking during the cow about inferring and blaming the mayor for why we don't have control of the Tinley Park Mental Health Center
Are we gonna start
and
the
other
clock
board
tomorrow?
members.
Diane, please.
I'm asking about the
Stop.
clock.
She's
Point of
talking.
order.
I'm not on a
Okay,
clock.
point of order.
What is your point
She
of order?
doesn't have, she doesn't get to, only I have
I'm
to.
not
Hold one
trying.
second, please. We've already discussed this, Diane, when you start blurting out all your point of orders, but you don't say what the.
The point of
what
order
the vi-
is-
st- I'm talking.
told 5 minutes.
You never say what the violation is, and we've had this discussion from the village attorney, myself, if you read the ordinance, which I've sent you many, many emails about Robert's Rules of Orders, and you say, I will follow them, I will learn these. There is no clock for the clerk or the mayor for board comment. It's for the Board of Trustees, if you read it. I've told you this now probably 4 times, so please stop interrupting her and let the clerk speak. No one said, again, no one ever says one word or interrupts you, but you cannot help yourself but be rude and ignorant and interrupt people. So please, let the clerk speak and be respectful like everyone is to you at every single meeting when you speak. Go ahead.
You inferred that the mayor and other board members are the reason why we do not have control of the Tinley Park Mental Health Center, when clearly it has been Senator Hastings from day one. And for you to say that we have not worked hard to gain control of this is beyond insulting. As a resident, I spent literally hundreds and hundreds of hours working on this, consulting with environmental engineers, MWRD, the US EPA, the IEPA. I literally was on the phone with the IEPA, the deputy director, every single week for a year and a half. And we were within days of getting control of this.
And meeting them in person.
Yeah. And Senator Hastings kills it. And then takes our $15 million away from us. And you have the audacity to sit up here and say that the attorney, the mayor, and the village manager haven't literally given so much time and effort to try to get this property? After everything that you have maybe witnessed in the last few weeks that has come out about Senator Hastings, I would think your sense of judgment would be a little different than it is. You continue to support people who literally have no morals and insult the ones who have worked so hard to gain control of this property so we can put a development out there that will literally change the face of Tinley Park. And here you sit and attack us for doing that and support the very, very man who has fought against us for years in gaining control of that property. I think you've really shown your true colors tonight and shown who you support, Stephen Eberhardt and Michael Hastings. You might want to think about that. Thanks.
Thank you.
Done being insulted by her.
Anyone else from the board care to comment?
Yes, I would like to.
Yes.
Last week, trustee Colleen and I attended an invitation for our Second City, Sister Cities Commission. They are welcoming back to Tinley Park Her Royal Highness Elizabeth Marie Alexandra, who has been instrumental, she and her husband, her late husband Ferdinand, to help make Boogieton our sister city, okay? And that was over 30 years ago. And in attendance, along with some other people, we also had former Mayor Zbaraki and Seaman that were there welcoming, and they had a long-time relationship with her over these 30 years. So it was great to be able to meet her and welcome her back to Tinley Park on something that they started 30 years ago. So it's a great effort on the village's part. I know they've gone out there a couple of years ago, and our former village manager, Dave, they went there and saw the town of Boudegin, and of course it was flooded, and we sent some money and some help over to them. So it was just a great evening that we had. Would you agree, Colleen?
It was fabulous.
Yeah.
It was nice to, I could check, had dinner with the princess off my bucket list, so.
There you
it was
go.
very cool.
But wait, you had dinner with me?
Yeah,
So it was just a good time.
It was a
Very nice time.
I was glad I was able to, I was free that Friday night, so it was very, very nice. So I
Yes.
appreciate them extending the invitation to us. It was a great night.
Agreed.
Thanks for bringing it up. I forgot to mention that.
Anything else, Bill?
That's it, sir.
Okay. Anyone else on the board care to comment? I'm just going to, again, like last week, or not last meeting, because thankfully she wasn't here, but the meeting before, I was going to speak, but I just, after listening to her, I couldn't, but it just gets old, sick and tired of the accusations from her. As far as Tim Janicek speaking, if you look at your agenda for tonight, item 19 is received comments from the board. That is your time to speak, Diane, and for the rest of the board members. It's not time for the public to speak or interrupt you while you're speaking. And item number 20 for tonight is receive comments from the public. That's their time to legally make comments from the public on any item that they so choose. It's not a time for you to, comment back and attack him and make all your other accusations like you have. You've accused him of a crime. So no, it's not your time to speak, it's the public's time. And as far as the state's attorney, that is, again, absolutely no secret, Diane. That was voted in public of your censorship. I think, I don't know, was it trustee Mueller that read it? And then there was a letter that was provided, that was discussed from the ethics attorney, that the next steps, he recommended send it to state's attorney, or I forget his verbiage, Paul. I don't know if it matters, but
It was an appropriate law enforcement authority or something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing, something like that.
yeah, at his request, not ours, and we sent it forward per the ethics attorney's request. And as far as the attorney general, and you're mentioning that we're keeping you out of meetings because we can't discuss this or that. Again, there was 2 rulings by, not the Village of Tinley, Kwame Raoul, who is your Office of the Attorney General, that you filed your complaints with, Diane. So if you have a problem with him, you should speak to him. He's ruled twice against you with your false claims. The Office of the Public Access Counselor is charged with providing advice and education to both the public and public officials. In that capacity, this office notes that while typically all members of a public body participate in closed session of the public body, circumstances in which a member of the public body has a conflict of interest, which is you, or is otherwise adverse to the public body, which is you, may pose an exception. This letter serves to close your file. They have ruled twice against you that you do have a conflict and you are adverse. This is not ours. They are confirming what we already knew, but you just keep, as everything else, denying it. And then, let's see if we're done on that. The other thing is, not last meeting, the meeting before, is you grandstanded here and made staff seem like they're not sharing stuff with you or doing their job. They're not contacting residents about a plat. You've been on the board for 3.5 years, Diane. 28 times you have voted on a plat and not said one word, because this is common practice. In 2019, you voted on 4 of those plats. In 2020, you voted on 10 of those plats. 2021, you voted on 7 of them. 2022 of this year, you voted on 7. But now we get towards the end of the year, and now staff is stuck dealing with your circus and, questioning Dan on what they're doing, and are you contacting them in the parking? Dan does a great job. Our community development does a great job. Our building official does a great job. To question them like that, like they're not doing their job, is insulting. And if you have a question for them, feel free, like you've been told several times from Hannah and Pat, send them an email and they will give you a question. Just like tonight, we got to go with motion after motion after motion because you don't read your packets until probably, I'm guessing, the day of. And you could have easily have asked Pat or Hannah, send them an email, hey, I don't support this item. Would you mind talking to the clerk's office and just remove 8C and just put it on its own agenda item, and then you could vote yay or nay for it. But instead, you come here with all your dramatics, and it's just getting old. Nothing that you say that I've seen since I've known you has ever been true. Yesterday was a very great day for the village. The judge granted several motions in another pending Stephen Eberhardt lawsuit. One of the most exciting ones, being on that Zoom call, was the one regarding trustee Galante. At 10:48 a.m., the motion for Diane Galante to give a deposition for Eberhardt was granted to strike. Galante, again, wanted to sell us out and give a deposition for Eberhardt, along with her 3 false affidavits, her ethics, PAC, and ARDC complaints against our attorney was filed. After several losses and embarrassing moments, you just continue to try and keep helping this guy. Why you continue to fight for Eberhardt is mind-boggling, Diane. It is mind-boggling. You wanted us to settle with Tina Williams, with Eberhardt. You have said that from your seat several times that we're not doing our due diligence and we won't settle these
If I try to
lawsuits.
stop the lights, then
Diane,
the policeman will
stop.
come take me out, but this
Stop.
is ridiculous.
You keep
When you get
saying
more
that you
lawsuits,
want to settle.
What you're doing
You
is
keep
lying.
saying you want to settle
I
with
do.
him. You have
I'm
said,
not-
Diane.
this-
And you wanted to pay him $25,000 for the Tina Williams lawsuit.
stalling. Keep
As
dragging
expected,
out.
the lawsuit was just recently thrown out. If it was up to Diane, Eberhardt would be cashing a check for $25,000 right now. She has stated several times
I
at the
don't get to
meeting.
go in the meetings to know what
She
you're
wants
doing.
to settle
So
his
keep talking
lawsuits.
like I'm pretending like I know
You've said
what
it there
you're
several
doing.
times.
You don't let
Every
me in the
meeting
meetings
this
to know
year.
what you're doing.
Shh, please. Every year, Diane Galante every meeting that Galante has missed has been productive, drama-free, and non-confrontational
I work
for
the
staff
people.
and the
I'm
board
telling the
without
truth
her.
For the people.
You work for Stephen Eberhardt.
No, I do not.
Also, it was
This
nice
is
to see.
ridiculous.
It was nice to see you not attack a resident, but you brought up Tim Janusik again because he's not here and attack him at the last meeting without your absence. Anyone else from the board care to comment? No? Item 21, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn to executive session to discuss, A, the following: the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired. B, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body, or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity. And lastly, C, collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives, or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees.
Mr. Mayor, I think we skipped item 20. I know there's not
Thank you.
anybody here.
Sorry, yep, thank you. Sorry, all my notes I wrote over it. Thank you. So we'll go backwards. Item number 20, anyone from the public care to comment? Let the record reflect there are none. Thank you, Mike. Back to item 21.
You don't have to reread it. Just-
Okay. So is there a motion for 21?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Mueller, so moved, and trustee Brady for the second. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
That motion carries. We will not be returning tonight. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.